Welcome to Bead Meditations with Meg. Today I wore this shirt to be a huge clue on what we're going to work on today. The mantra I chose today is going to have some challenges. It's going to reinforce loving yourself. The simplicity of the mantra, I love you unconditionally, is actually more complex than it appears. When I wrote the mantra, I wrote it to myself. I have a hard time, as I'm sure most of us do, loving ourselves, loving the good and the bad, and just loving that we are what we are, perfect, imperfect, just as we are, is a big step. So saying that we love ourselves unconditionally allows us to recognize that we have faults and that we can still love us with our faults. The other side of the coin to this mantra is it can be directed at somebody. So the purpose for me was to say it to myself, but it is a twofold statement because you can also say I love you to anybody that you envision needs to hear this. So even though you're saying it to yourself and it's a mantra for you, you are going to be projecting that thought into the world, either back onto you or, so it can go both ways, to the person or the people that you need to also send this message to. So it's a really beautiful message. It's a really simple message, and it's going to have a deep shifting feeling when we're done. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to do a brief introduction on the bead necklace and how we use them through the meditation. If you've been here before, then you've heard it, and you can go ahead and fast forward to when the mantra starts. So I'm going to take my necklace off so I can show you how it works. Every bead necklace has 108 beads with an anchor bead at the base. I use the beads as a counter, and every time I repeat the phrase, I will move the bead over, and we'll work our way through the whole necklace. I will get to the end and announce when we're at the last bead, so we can say the phrase one more time. Once the whole meditation is done and all the mantras are complete, I usually recommend putting your hands to your chest. If you have your necklace, hold your necklace to your chest. Take some long, deep breaths in silence, feeling the true depth of the meditation at that time, allowing yourself to really give in to the words and find some relaxation and some peace in those final moments. And then we're done. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to get my necklace ready. While I'm getting my necklace ready, go ahead and make sure your seat is comfortable. If you have to pause the video while you get everything around you set up, then go ahead and do that. Once again, the mantra is, I love you unconditionally. I'm holding the first bead. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. I love you unconditionally. 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 Last bead. I love you unconditionally. Sit there and breathe in that feeling. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in the healing, warming breaths. Allow yourself to really relax in these final moments. When you're ready, open your eyes. I don't know about you, but it can be really challenging to love yourself, and it can bring tears to your eyes. That's the beauty of these meditations, is you're really reinforcing some really positive feelings about yourself. Wouldn't it be great if you could tell yourself these wonderful things more often and love yourself regardless of how you feel about your performance or about your looks or about your habits? Just loving yourself is the first step to stepping into the better version of yourself and your life. You're on this journey and you don't have to hate yourself anymore. You don't have to look down upon yourself. You don't have to look down upon others. We can all practice more love, more acceptance, more kindness, and we can begin with ourselves. Thank you for doing this meditation with me today. If you want to leave a comment or hit the like sign, I would love it. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll keep bringing the meditations. I'll keep bringing the mantras. You just keep showing up, and together we're going to be the best versions of ourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye.